Hey guys, it's the Dark Jerry, and we are back on Valley today to see if we can't get further. Alright, we're at the Soma facility. So we were all the way up to there. Put us right at the Soma facility. Nice. So, here we are inside the Soma facility because we had to drop in there. Okay. Let's see here. Whoa. Good thing I have a customizable mouse, you guys. I could have actually been bad. No trees or orbs nearby. Take energy from storage cells. Oh, wow. Sometimes I wonder how my voice can even speak.
Please have proper identification of your location. All personnel must provide proper identification. Failure to do so will result in detention.
Okay, so there's one under there. Oh, right on. We got another energy buddy, guys. Says, now from a guard. I'd give anything to be a Pathfinder, but there's no way I'd ever be eligible unless I suddenly lost 60 pounds. That'll never happen. Too bad. I bet you could pick up a lot of girls in those things. That's actually kind of sad. Note from a researcher. Within the Soma facility, we are surrounded by the Amrita fuel slugs extracted from the valley. As such, we tend to be isolated from the effects of the Pathfinder's quantum death side effects. I was amazed to one day step out of the facility to see scores of trees dead around me. Okay, so... Now this looks really sure.
September 17th, 1942.
God, what a pain.
My name is Andrew Fisher, leading physicist and head of Project Pendulum. Pendulum is the research and development project directed by the Army Corps of Engineers to produce a weapon of mass destruction that can bring an end to the war through the unconditional surrender of our enemies. In response to the spy-ridden efforts of the Manhattan Project, headed by my cohort, Robert Oppenheimer, Pendulum has been founded under the utmost secrecy. Funds, pride, and soldiers' lives are all on the line in a race to win the war, thus giving rise to the name Pendulum.
Nothing over here. Note from a worker. Most of the contractors who helped construct this place have since been sent back home, having no idea where exactly in the mountains they had been working. As far as they knew, they were simply building an alternative energy research compound. The Army was careful to hide the orbs, ruins, and spikes from the contractors, limiting where they could go and what they could see. In other words, it was a big cover-up, but also scary. Anytime it comes to government. So there it is. This is what I wanted to see.
As a precaution to both Nazi and Soviet espionage, Pendulum's location and purpose is unknown to the outside world. Taking a cue from the Manhattan Project, only a small few know of Pendulum's purpose, operating under the guise of an alternative energy project. As it came to light that Manhattan had been plagued with espionage, it was agreed upon to shroud Pendulum within the government itself. All those who knew of Pendulum's true intent are here. Though admittedly extreme, we can ensure an ironclad umbrella of secrecy. Information can only come in, and none can go out. As far as anyone outside this valley knows, Pendulum does not exist. This valley,
of course,
does not exist.
Yes, it does. It's in the middle of Canada somewhere. Just kidding. Ew, looks like serious damage.
Welcome to the Pendulum Research and Development Site. All personnel must report to the front desk with appropriate security clearance.
Note from a researcher. I finally got to see one of those orbs out in the wild while I was on leave for the day. There's something surreal about them. I started to think, I stared into it for who knows how long. Okay, so basically you got sidetracked? Oh, there's a note there. Note from Andrew Fisher. Due to the power strain as the reactor ramps up production to meet our increased quota, we've experienced frequent power outages. As such, I've ordered M-Rita generators as a backup power source to be temporarily installed throughout the facility. Blackouts should cease to occur. Those things, basically. Alright. Note from Private Riley. I've been ordered to patrol the Soma facility again today. I've circled through the same rooms 30 times since noon. At least I get to smile at the cute scientist in the pressure chamber each time. She hasn't smiled back at me yet. I hope she doesn't find me creepy. Looks like there's a note back here too. Note from a Pathfinder. It's odd to think about what exactly a life is once you've experienced quantum death. What exactly are the ingredients that make up my life? My ingredients aren't really any different than anyone else's. Carbon, calcium, hydrogen, etc. held together with some energy. So what makes me me? I guess if anything, I'm just a pattern, one that forms out of the chaotic blender of matter in the universe, like a whirlpool out of the water. And when I die, that pattern simply dissipates back into the cosmos. Are we all the same universe simply expressing itself? It's an odd viewpoint, to say the least. Okay, I came from that room. one's pacified. That one's pacified. Alright, going. Take a quick look around. Note from a researcher. That no-good Simmons is sucking up to Fisher again. He's always first to volunteer for assignments, which is no surprise, as Fisher can hardly enter a room without him following. He's not even all that smart. Just great at agreeing with everything Fisher has to say. Is that how you get ahead these days? Of course, they're called yes men for a reason. From a worker. I'm getting real sick of your attitude, Ralph. I saw you sneak into my office to steal pencils again. I'm running low and really need them for my work. The next supply drop isn't until the spring. Stop stealing my pencils, please, and thank you, Frederick. Note from a worker. Ralph, I saw you sip my coffee this morning, and it wasn't the first time either. You know how scarce coffee is getting around here. Please stop sipping my coffee, Frederick. That guy's got issues. Let me just one. The reactor, okay, it says infrastructure report. The reactor and thermal diffuser are very unstable and must be located both far apart and underground to ensure any accidental explosions are contained. Large vents are needed to circulate the cool air deep in the mountain. Conveniently, one of the mountains already had ancient tunnels leading deep into the heart of the mountain. This site was chosen for the thermal diffuser and weapons site. The two sites are connected via underground rail to transport materials. I don't need to do that. Okay. Note from a psychologist. Several guards on night watch have reported large creature sightings. Some of them are a little shaken up by it. It might just be that being stuck out here in the middle of nowhere for so long is finally getting to them. Either way, we'll need full annual psychotic assessments for all personnel in the near future. Charlotte Smith, Psychological Operations. Okay, so these guys were having a bunch of issues. Memo, please report any suspicious activity to an officer immediately. Any hesitation could place the entire operation in jeopardy. Duh. Government. Okay. That's that. Take a quick look around for any further notes, which it doesn't look like there are any more notes. And I'm glad I looked around because we found that. Yeah. Alright. Next stop. On our amazing journey of wondering where the hell we are and why the hell we ended up here, and finding out why the heck the government was insane. Was the government insane? Yes. Memo, please refrain from wasting office supplies unnecessarily. Stock is running low. Please exhaust all office supplies to their full extent. Note from a boilermaker. They told us we're building some sort of alternative energy facility here, but little else. Tradesmen are only allowed in certain areas at certain times for certain jobs. They're keeping us completely in the dark, having us all focus on a single task at a time rather than give us any hints into the big picture. What are they hiding from us? Okay, so even the workers were starting to notice what was going on. And they were becoming uncomfortable from the way it sounds. Note from a contractor. Now that the isolation policy is in effect, I've found out that this is a weapon project of some sort. I still don't know much, but I hope to find out more. I just wish I could talk to my family back home to let them know I'm doing okay. So they were literally just cut off from everything. That's really interesting. Okay, so... let's hope that was a rat that made that happen. So I think that's pretty much the end of the line on that side. That's right, so we go. Run into a wall. Okay.
I can't believe it. I'm almost at a loss for words. This is the discovery of a lifetime. No, of the 20th century. Have I found Schrodinger's cat? This is beyond my wildest imagination. As a result of the reaction between the Amrita energy and the Pathfinder's own life force, they experience what I have dubbed quantum death. When a Pathfinder dies while wearing the suit, their consciousness branches into a new reality, unharmed. They achieve quantum immortality.
At what cost, since it kills the valley around them? It's one of the reasons I hate dying in this game, because it just breaks my heart, dude, to see all those trees dead when you come back to life. All those trees and animals. Ooh, I hear an Emrita swarm. Giant mess hall here. I was lucky. I knew I'd heard it. I knew I heard that swarm, you guys. Interesting place for a cut through, I guess. Note from a researcher. The L.E.A.F suit may prove to be the pinnacle feat of Pendulum, the ability to manipulate life and death using the God Hand, the agility and the ability to circumvent death, all thanks to the Amrita energy converted from this valley's orbs. We can create the ultimate soldier. The Mark II success will herald a new wave of iterations. Note from Private Matthews. The way Edwin makes his show with Virginia all the time really makes my teeth grind. Everyone knows that romantic involvement between personnel is prohibited, yet no one does anything about it. Why does he get to run around with a girl while the rest of us sit around and play poker for the 9,000th time?
Selected among an elite few to participate in an experimental study to test out Pendulum's newly designed L.E.A.F suit. Do you have what it takes to master the marvels of this groundbreaking technology? Pathfinders are divided into squads of 3. Your objectives include testing L.E.A.F technology
that's so weird. Turn the kick on, but there's no reason to actually go over there. Okay. This one lights up this.
To produce bombs of unparalleled yield, we rely upon the life seed housed within a reactor found deep underground beneath the Soma facility. By harvesting the high-energy yield orbs found within the valley, we pass their energy through the life seed, which acts as a sort of amplifier, magnifying the energy to unprecedented levels. The explosives we create here will dwarf anything the Manhattan Project could ever possibly fathom.
From researcher Miller. The other scientists were all talking about atoms. I told them not to trust them since they make up everything. They asked me to leave. Wow. That poor guy was asked to leave all because he said something's a little bit scientifically foolish, but... Nice! Another body, guys. Ever. There's nothing over there. Note from a researcher. I hate that annoying pun guy. I went into storage looking for inert gas to fill the glove box. He walked by with the last canister in hand and told me it was argon. I hate him. Note from a researcher. Quantum death and immortality using L.E.A.F technology is a fascinating field of study. Using this tech, a person could live out a full life without fear of an accident cutting it short. Albeit the use of immortality is a misnomer, as the user simply shifts to a new timeline when they are still alive. This can only hold true until all practical timelines are exhausted. For example, an elderly man dying of natural causes is unlikely to shift into a timeline where they do not die, as that parallel world is very unlikely to exist. Okay, so now they're getting into parallel universe theories. Note from Andrew Fisher. When I met Einstein at Princeton, I couldn't help but see a hint of Oppenheimer reflected in him. I was astonished by his clairvoyance into the makeup of our universe, viewing the experience of all things natural and spiritual in perfect unison, with the self acting as little more than an optical illusion in the perpetual flow of the universe. When Oppenheimer and I studied in biology under Arthur Ryder, I could see that same compassion and empathy for all living creatures brewing within him. Okay. Note from Andrew Fisher. Effectively, those wearing L.E.A.F suits gain the ability to deny the actuality of wave function collapse. In other words, the ability to branch through various objective realities as part of the many-world theory of quantum mechanics. With this ability, Pathfinders have visions of themselves dying. Each time this occurs, something nearby dies, such as an animal or nearby vegetation. Note from Andrew Fisher. It was soon discovered that if the Pathfinder has a vision of their own death, it is in fact them actually dying. Instead of remaining dead, they branch into a new wave of reality, whereupon they continue to live, albeit at the cost of an equivalent amount of life within that branch. To put it plainly, if a Pathfinder wearing a L.E.A.F suit dies through some accident, their death is traded with the life of a nearby living thing to achieve quantum immortality. That doesn't sound very much like immortality to me. Sounds more like life for life, which is pretty standard in a lot of religious theories. Okay.
Valley, it's suffering. The natural life here seems to be slowly dwindling. Edwin thinks I'm crazy, but I see it becoming quieter. Are we gradually killing this place?
That self-righteous anthropologist is
actually, I didn't have to get in there.
Her moral objection to this project are the last thing I need on my mind. If it weren't for the isolation policy, I'd have her removed from the premises and sent back
more
home.
energy. All right. So that's our video. Please remember, if you like my videos, give them a thumbs up, and to hit subscribe and the bell so that you can be notified of anything further. Alright guys, I love you, bye!